Hi Beatle people, welcome back to A Beatleful Life. So in today's video I'm going to be telling you all about my recent visit to the Beatles pop-up shop that's going on right now in New York City. This pop-up shop goes until the 22nd of this month, and it's being put on by Sony Thread Shop, which is a division of Sony Music that recently partnered with the Beatles store online in North America. So they are having this pop-up shop to kind of show some of that new merchandise. So let's get started. So this pop-up shop is located at 163 Mercer Street in New York, but you can't possibly miss it because the entire building is painted Beatles themed for this shop. There's some rooftop concert stuff at the top of the building. There's a Buckingham Palace guard standing outside. There's an Abbey Road portion. There's an All You Need Is Love thing. So the entire building itself is a great photo op. But there's a lot more photo ops too once you get inside. So a popular one when I was there was the drum kit that you could sit at and take a picture. They look just like Ringo's drums. They're actually, people were drumming on them too as I was in there. Also there was a Yellow Submarine photo op. You could stand behind the Yellow Submarine. There was a bubble machine blowing bubbles. Unfortunately when I was there it was out of the bubble solution, but I did see it. It's one of the ones that spins around and blows bubbles. They had a Sgt. Pepper photo op. You could kind of insert yourself into the album cover and stand by all the cutouts. There was a White Album one too, kind of like a fuzzy white background, and some White Album merchandise in front of you there. There was a phone booth too that you could stand in, or a replica of a phone booth that you could stand in and take a picture. In the back area of the store there was kind of a lounge area, some chairs and a couch that also made for a great photo op too, actually, because the couch had a Beatles blanket on it, and there was a screen above there that was playing some videos. I caught a picture just as the Beatles logo was popping up on the screen, but one of the videos playing on that screen was actually my friend Kristen. She recently, as you may know, did a video on the official Beatles YouTube channel. So that video was playing in the shop, which I thought was cool. I made sure to get a picture of that to show her. So as far as photo ops, that basically covers that. I mean, the entire store pretty much is a photo op in itself, because the walls are like decked out with pictures of the Beatles and pictures of their albums. There's screens all around the store playing Beatles music videos and performances. There was one doing the Ed Sullivan performance, one doing the rooftop concert, and some music videos too. So that was really cool. You're kind of immersed in, Beatles sights and sounds as soon as you walk in. And there was obviously Beatles music playing too. But let's get into the merchandise portion of the store. So as I said, this is a holiday pop-up shop. So they had some Christmas stuff that was being featured in there. They had some Christmas trees showing, or displaying rather, the Beatles ornaments that they were selling. They had the Christmas sweaters, some of which I showed in my holiday shopping guide video. They had those there for sale, along with some winter apparel, hats, scarves, etc. They had Beatles gift wrapping station. You may remember also in my shopping guide I showed that the Beatles store was selling Beatles gift wrap and tissue paper for wrapping presents up, so they had that there. They had a Beatles Christmas stocking with kind of similar pictures as to what I have on my shirt here. Kind of patterned or actually the exact pictures patterned around the stocking with the Beatles logo on top. In the way of non-holiday items, they had a section of Abbey Road stuff, kind of a table with the Abbey Road tea kettle and some glasses and coasters, a pop-up card, things like that. There was, if you're familiar with the brand Love Pop, you'll know they make really fancy pop-up cards, and they had some Beatles ones there for sale. Not only Abbey Road, but Sgt. Pepper, Yellow Submarine, etc. They had a display of Happy Socks. That's the brand that makes those really colorful Beatles socks. They had all of those there for sale. They had a small jewelry section too, by, I believe all of it was by Pennyroyal Jewelry, which is a company I've mentioned before. They did have some exclusives that were only for that pop-up shop, actually. They had some bracelets that they were selling. So they were beaded bracelets. One was red, a similar color to this shirt actually, and one was blue, and they had the Beatles logo on them. They also had some of the Beatles singles collection stuff there. I saw that cookie jar that looks like a record player, the 45 carrying case, things like that. They had a section of Yellow Submarine merch too. They also had a lot of other apparel, that wasn't holiday apparel. Now you'll notice in my photos there's just one of each hanging on the wall. I believe the way that worked was all the stock was downstairs, so if you saw something you liked, you just had to ask an employee and they would go get it for you. But they had a nice variety of apparel, you know, hoodies, sweatshirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, you know, all different colors and styles. Something I was excited to see was the Beatles Pinball Machine. I was looking forward to seeing that in person after seeing the pictures on the website. So people were actually able to play that pinball machine in the store, but it's just a really nice thing to just look at too. And they also, like, on the pinball machine, not only is it extensively Beatles themed, obviously, but there's also like a little screen that pops up and like plays clips of the Beatles. The one that was playing when I was looking at it was from the first US visit documentary. So most of the stuff that was on display in the shop is available online. So if you're not someone who was able to visit the shop, if you live in North America and that's the store you shop on, the North American Beatles store online, you will find most of the stuff that was in there available. So that was cool, because I always browse that store, so it was cool to see the stuff in person finally. It was really cool to be there and kind of immersed in the, you know, as I said, the sights and sounds of the Beatles everywhere, and obviously I got some cool photos. So the shop is open until the 22nd of this month, like I said. It does have specific hours that it's open, so I'm going to put those on the screen and in the description box below as well. So if you have a chance to visit the shop, I would definitely recommend doing that. So that is going to do it for today's video. So I want to say thank you very much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more things like this. As usual, I will leave the links to my blog and social media in the description, so you can check those out if you want. If you have a chance to visit the pop-up shop, let me know. You could send me your pictures on Instagram, or you could even email them to me. I always leave my email down below. So again, thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a beautiful day, everybody. Bye-bye.